Hello everybody, how are you doing? We are back here on ARK the Island. So welcome, thank you for joining. We'll wait for some of the textures to load in. Today we are going to kind of pick up where we left off on the last ARK stream when we were searching for otters. We won't do it at night, so we'll be able to actually see them in the water. But Butterman and I were speaking. He won't be here today, but we were speaking and we have a plan. We have an idea on something to do that we haven't seen anybody do before. But in order to execute this plan, we need some super otters. So I think what we're going to do, I think the highest we have right now was like a 108 when it was tamed. So pretty tough, but we'd like to go find some higher level otters and then start building up a program where we can get super otters that we can use. But once again, thanks for joining. This is the Darby Topknot channel, and we basically do kind of impromptu streams here. And they're based around ARK, Survival Evolved, and then the upcoming ASA release. We do Minecraft, which thank you for everybody who joined the stream yesterday with Butterman and Dyson to start that new world on the new Minecraft 1.20. And we also do tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons. And so that's stuff that is going to be coming up in the near future. But thank you once again for joining, and hope you have a good time. And so let's go ahead and get started. For today, I don't think we're actually going to bring Tiny along with us. Let's see, I need to put some of this stuff away. One of the first things that I think we should do is take a look at what our stock is like on... Let's see, we have tools and weapons here. And let's see. This weapon can go in here. And we will put these items away. Go put these away, and then the pants over here. But we want to see what we have available. Hi, Susie. Thanks for joining. Hi, Anne. Thank you very much for being there. Good to see you guys again. We want to take a look at what we have as far as helmets. So we have some good chitin ones here with fairly good armor. Those probably won't be enough. Do we have... We have some ghillie armor ones here. A couple of them are pretty good. And we don't... I don't think that hide would be enough for what we want to accomplish with this. As you know, otters can wear helmets. And so, since otters aren't the beefiest creatures in the games, we want to make sure that we are able to protect them. And that means getting the right kind of helmets to put on them and provide them with armor. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so we do have this one. And this is a chitin helmet with 284 points of armor. If you remember from the Scorched Earth, we have, well, I have Ears, who's my Jerboa, and he has a Riot helmet that has like 700 something armor. It'd be awesome to be able to get something in that in that zone, but that's kind of impossible. Oh, we do have these. So these are flak helmets, and they're pretty cheap, actually. They don't take all that much to make, and they are stronger, so that's 333 armor. And let's see. What else do we have? We have a couple here, but nothing great, and it doesn't look like we have any riot gear in here. So it looks like this may be it, this flak helmet. So we'll have to make like 18 of those. So that should give you an idea of what we want to try to accomplish with the otters. But in the meantime, it looks like the sun is just thinking about coming up. So let's go over here, and I think this is where we keep our polymer. I want to make some cryopods. And yes, we do have a lot of oil and stuff. This place is a little bit different than Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth, we have oil wells that we can just go to. On here, we actually have to go into the ocean or over into the snow biome, so we kind of stock up on it more than we do on Scorched Earth. We have a reasonable amount of metal right now, but that's easy to get here once again. And let's see, do we have any polymer? I just need to remember where we put it. There's a little tiny bit in here, and looks like we were making refrigerators when we were on here last. So let's see. I will need a bunch of polymer. So 2 ways to do this. I can either make the polymer, or we can go up into the north and get some organic polymer by killing animals. So let's see. Cryopod. This we need polymer. The rest is no problem. Yeah, and it's the same thing here. We have a ton of electronics and everything, I believe. So that should be fine. Let's see what's in this one. This looks like stuff that is actually built. Wonder what we were going to do with this industrial cooker. Okay, so polymer it is. Polymer takes... I mean, I guess we can make a bunch of it really quickly. Because I did see that we have stuff in here. We need obsidian and cementing paste. So there's a bit of obsidian. And we have acatina paste from the snails, and we also have a little bit of cementing paste. So yeah, that's probably the best way to get this. Let me go ahead and grab all of these. So how's everybody doing today? I know it hasn't been that long since we've been on stream, but I hope you're doing well. Yeah. And I literally just have to walk 3 paces this way, so I'm not worried about being too heavy. One of the most important stats in ARK is weight, because it becomes a rate limiting thing for you. It starts to become the thing that, let's see, where did we put... Okay, looks like we use this to store the gasoline. It's one of the things that keeps you basically from doing the things you want to do. And glad to hear you're good, Susie. Hopefully you had a nice day. Today was very pretty today, but I didn't exactly see all of it. So weight, it sneaks up on you because it starts to keep you from carrying stuff around. So that'll give us 200 something polymer, which should be enough. And I think we have everything else we need. Let me just check on hide and stuff. I believe that's over here. So we have fiber, and we do have tons of hide. And this is wood and thatch. Just trying to learn my place over here again. And in here. Cool, so I'll take these extra arrows. And why don't we go ahead and fly out here and see what's in this drop real quick. So like I said, this place on the island map is... It's kind of at a crossroads, so we get raptors that are alpha raptors and all sorts of stuff like that coming through here all the time. So there's always something to fight as we wander around. And I guess we will take these and drop that. We haven't really done as much grinding of gear here as on Scorched Earth. Wow. Okay. I did not know that Rex is spawned over there. What level are you, buddy? Level 16. Oh, okay. So we will just fly over there and get rid of him so he doesn't tear up the neighborhood. Yes, otters tonight. We're going to try to capture as many otters as we possibly can. And we'll just get rid of this guy because he's mad at me and he'll follow me. So this guy doesn't hit anywhere near as hard as the RG that we have on Scorched Earth, right? We have battle RGs made over there, and there's a Therizinosaurus. He's a very aggressive guy. And I wonder what level that one is. Great. Rain. Level 16 as well. Troodon. That is a person killer. Level 68. So... hello, Mr. Brontosaurus. And a Pteranodon. Well, it seems like there's a lot more over here than on the Scorched Earth. So if there are any others hanging out, they should come out of the woodwork now. The bugs are coming. One of the problems with this area, though... there's another Troodon. Yeah, they always come in packs. So you may take one out, but then the other one will come up and punk you from behind. This area, one of the only problems with it is that right on the other side of this ridge here is the swamp. And so we do get a little bit of creep between the creature types and everything, but we also have this nice river to separate them from us, so... So we are going to, like I said, try to fly around and find as many high-level otters as we can. I should probably just check out over here to make sure we don't have any aggressive dinos that are going to cause problems while we're gone. So Butterman and I were kind of thinking about it, and otters are awesome. And like I've said in the past, we are... kind of mildly obsessed with small clawed Asian otters, and we watch channels about them from Japan all the time and see all these things running. That's all of these carnivores running after them. So you can see a pack of Dilophosaurus there causing trouble. There's a raptor up there kind of leading the Dilos, and you can see these guys are running. The Moschops is running. So whenever stuff is running, you want to pay attention to why. And in this case, it's just a bunch of the little aggressive dinos. So it's not a big deal. And I think that Iguanodon's probably going to kill that raptor, because Iguanodons are not aggressive unless you smack them. But once you do, they can do a lot of damage. And yeah, that Pachycephalosaurus is going to be taken down by these two Dilos. Oh, it looks like he has some backup coming. So, very often we get alphas over here, and they're stronger, faster, and they run around and just kill everything. So you get a lot of experience from them. But we were thinking about it, and we've never seen anybody use Super Otters to take out a boss. And we were thinking that it would be an interesting thing to try to take out the broodmother with a pack of otters. And so that's something that we're going to try to do here. But in order to do that, we actually have to get some good ones. And let me grab this stuff. I guess we'll take that. And... it's funny. In some ways, this world is more organized than the Scorched Earth world, and in some ways, it's nowhere near as organized. Just because of the level of understanding that we had when we started up Scorched Earth. We had the experience from being here first. So I'm sure you guys have found that on your own games, that the second time you play something, you're much better off. And let's see. I'll dump that in there. And then we'll go back to hide and put that in there. There we go. And I don't need this many parachutes. Parachutes get heavy. They are helpful though if you fall off your mount in the ocean. Or anywhere else really. Let's see, how are we doing on this polymer? Okay, cool. So it's all done. So I'm gonna grab this. And let's see, what else do we need? We need metal. Oil, hide, fiber, crystal. So all the heavy stuff. And I believe we need that plus electronics for this. And it is quite a few metal ingots. So what I'm going to do is run over and get my Waitbird crystal. And bring her over. Reason she's named Crystal is because she helps me go get crystal. So once again, following up with not being not being very innovative with our naming conventions. How are you doing, Dyson? Okay, yeah, that was one thing we said we would do on the last one, but forgot to. We will go see the gravestones, and we can talk to you a little bit about what happened to Gatorface, who may have been, well, it was definitely one of the strongest creatures that we've had, but may have been like at the very top of that list until guys like Marty, because he was just, it was very early on, and he was very, very, very powerful. So here we have some grave markers. Obviously we've had more dudes die than this. Beast mode, I believe, was a Rex, our first tough Rex, and War Machine was also a Rex, and then Gatorface. So when we went and did the very first time we were going after the Broodmother, who once again is one of the bosses, then we play on here in a mode, so it's not a server running. I host the server on my system, so that's why you'll hear Butterman talk about tether distance and stuff like that when we're playing ARK. And so what happens is when I go, for instance, into a cave, he'll get pulled into a cave, so they can only go so far from me. So when we went into the fight against the Broodmother, we used this tower over here to do so, and that guy right there, and there's a terminal down there, and so we teleport over to there. And apparently, we didn't know it at the time, if I die, which I did, then I respawn, and I respawn in this world, not in that little pocket dimension where we do the fight. And so Butterman was on Gatorface, who was tearing up the Broodmother, and we only had a few dinos over there to help us out. You know, we didn't know as much about the game then. And so I died, and when I respawned, Butterman got teleported to me, and without Gatorface. So Gatorface, although we have a grave marker out there, it's just for memory. Gatorface, in our opinion, never died. He's eternally fighting that Broodmother. And so that was our very first really powerful Sarco. And so when we did kill the brood mother, not long after that, that's why we put the brood mother banner up there by that. This actually reminds me, yep, Dyson ripped Gatorface. And as far as the number of otters, you are allowed to take 18 or 20 dinos in with you to the boss fights. So what we're thinking is we're going to bring 18 of the... wow. This kind of looks painful to me. So we have to take this opportunity to thank ARK for giving us shots such as this. I think something's wrong with Babyface's tail. But we're going to take 18 otters, and we're going to take a Eutyrannus to courage roar them, and we're going to take a Daeodon to heal them. And we think with that we may have a chance, because they do actually quite a bit of damage. And when the other thing that we missed was this line of super Rexes that we have. Elsa over here was a 120, and so then there were some over here, but because he was wearing this skin, I forgot to introduce you guys to War Machine 2. War Machine 2 is the male Rex that was the father of that line of Rexes that we have now. So he was very powerful, and he was also a perfect tame. So our line of Rexes here came from 2 perfect tames that we were able to start up, and that's why I think they're so powerful. And they probably happen to get the stats in the right places. So, let me know if you guys have heard of anybody beating the brood mother with otters before. I certainly haven't, and we're gonna give it a try. Okay, so let's see once again. We will need, oh, just 15 electronics. We're gonna need a lot of metal. So probably, let's take 600 metal with us. We'll take a couple hundred oil, and then a few stacks of hide and fiber. Okay, so take that. Let's see, can I pick up 2 of these? Nope. Unless I can turn and reach. No, it just went back in there. Okay. So, like I was saying, we hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. It's fun for us. We'll take a couple hundred of these. And was that all I needed out of here? Yeah, I don't need silica pearls or anything. I keep forgetting. So I think what I'm going to do after this stream today is I'm going to start getting ready to work on that music we've been talking about. So that should be a lot of fun. What do you guys have planned for the rest of the evening, or is it an early night for people? Let's just grab some fiber. And I think we have everything we need. We'll find out really quickly. Fortunately, green tower's right there, so we can use it to craft, and so we don't have to worry about stuff. The one irritating part of this is that usually when you're crafting something, you can say, hey, make 30 of these for me or whatever. These things, you unfortunately have to craft one at a time, which is hilarious. So coming over here, you'll see that there is a natural land bridge and then water down there. So normally you would have to bring all of the dinos you're going to use to fight the bosses across this little bridge after wandering, you know, miles through the wilderness. That's why we built that big one, so we can just bring the Rexes down here, and at least it helps with this particular boss. So let's go ahead and get the cryo fridge made really quickly. That should be all we need. So Susie, probably just watching the stream and chilling. We appreciate that. Let's see. Structures. Crafting. Right. I guess we have that, don't we? Wow, we can make this crafting pod? We need a lot of element to do it. So I'm going to craft one of those, I guess. And then we will go in and see oil. Didn't I bring oil? Yep. Grab that. Grab these. So this was something that we didn't hello? Didn't realize was a thing. There we go. When we were on this world, and now we do realize that, so I will take this real quick. And it says I can make 21, but it's only going to do one at a time if it's like the other world. Yeah, so it only does one at a time. But these things can last forever if you have them plugged in. So we'll be here for a little while just making these. But yeah, I think I'm going to get some stuff ready for just a little more setup on the studio so that I can start making that music, which should be fun. I think I'll do it just as like a string of 4 songs, like just a little EP that we can get out there and get onto the different streaming services, and so that'll be an interesting callback to earlier days in my life. Making music was the best. It was so much fun. If any of you guys are musicians, go ahead and why don't you drop some details about it in the chat or in the comments. That'd be great. It's always cool to hear about what other people have done in the music world and are doing. I know Anne went with me to NAMM one year recently. A friend of ours invited us to go with them, and that was a real flashback for me. The shows aren't the same as they used to be, but it was cool being back in that kind of environment again. And I think we have just a few more that we can make. Yeah, it looks like polymer is going to be the thing. But this should be enough to start us out, I think. So I think I will probably take... Yeah, I'm probably going to take Neo again. He's a better fighter than Crystal, even though he can't carry as much. And there we go. Okay, let's see what my weight's like. We'll stop here for a minute. And dump the heavy stuff into there. And I should be able to pick everything else up. It's always great having dinos that are way stronger than you are, so you can get stuff when you normally wouldn't be able to. You just have to stand close enough next to them so you can overload yourself and then hop up onto them. So that was pretty quick. I'm not sure where I want to put the cryo fridge. But what that does is basically it powers up the cryopods, right? So if you see on them, there's a certain amount of time that you have to use that they'll operate for you. And I guess probably the best place is in there. Yeah, that makes the most sense, I think. And let's actually just dump this stuff back. So there. Those. And I believe that's all that goes in there. It's really funny to see the different types of stuff that we carry around on this world relative to the others. Procoptodon saddle. Those do not exist on this world. This would be really helpful in Scorched Earth. So those look like they should be ground up. And that is a Quetz saddle, so we'll probably keep that. But, like, for instance, this fur gear, you probably don't need so much on Scorched Earth. I know there are some places that do get cold, but it's not as big a deal as over here. And let's see. Yeah, these are all just built pieces. And it looks like we have fog coming in. I remember the early days, and everybody would complain about the fog all the time. It was the worst, because you'd be trying, especially the YouTubers that would be streaming or, you know, putting their stuff up. And somebody made a plugin, a mod that you could put in your world that would get rid of all the fog. So it wouldn't let the fog generate. We unfortunately don't have that mod here. There we go. Yeah, I think that we'll put this over in the breeding chamber that we have over there. There's some stimulant. And I guess there are a couple other things I can show you real quick while we're waiting for this fog to go away. If you remember the story about Sock Monkey being thrown out of the window, this is the window. So you can see that wasn't there. So that greenhouse wasn't there at the time. And so I was right here and I'm like, okay, and I was just going to throw the monkey down, you know, put it down off my shoulder, and it flew out the window and everybody was like, ah! And so we ran around and got down off of here, and he was fine. He was down there. But I think I introduced you guys to Sock Monkey. Oh, this ought to be interesting. There is a pteranodon coming through, so occasionally we find bodies laying around here because flyers will come through. Dimorphodons and pteranodons. There's one right down here. And they'll make the mistake of going past our plant species X turret. Let's see what this guy is. Level 20. Okay, your funeral, dude. Good luck with that. But they'll come over the fence, and then this plant we have up here will shoot them out of the sky. So we used to have actually dinos set on aggressive around the place, but they started too many fights. So that plant right up there will shoot little particles at it and kill it. Which reminds me, I should probably check its fertilizer, make sure it's being fed. But, sock monkey. I had forgotten how bad the weather is on this world. Sock monkey actually lives right over here. And this is him. And you can see probably why. Hello there. Why he's named Sock Monkey. He has tube socks on, which is something that all the dinos that I had used to have. It was harder to put them on some than others. But yeah, I guess we'll wait for this weather to clear up a bit. In the meantime, let's go ahead and place this cryo fridge. I think in here is probably the best place. And let me just see, we have an outlet there. Let's see if I can figure out where the... Okay, so there's an outlet there. And we could go along one more and put another outlet. We can't hide the cables from these outlets, so it, you know, it makes it kind of gross when it comes to placing stuff down, because you'll have these wires going everywhere. That's something that I think Structures Plus helps you with. Lets you hide wires, but unfortunately on vanilla ARK it is not a thing. But actually maybe if we do it over here. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll just do it right here. There we go. So if you see these little wires there, they would go across the entire place to power this thing. So let's dump a bunch of these into here. I think I'll keep 4 on me. And this will continually charge them. So all we have to do is make sure that the generator is always going, which on this world is not an issue at all. Okay, so now we have some daylight, and I think, Neo, you're the one who's coming with us. So it is time to go for, yeah, Sock Monkey is right over there. Susie. That's him. The original Sock Monkey. Sock Monkey number 1. And then we found him a wife, Monkey Queen. And these are some compies that we have. Dilo Face. I'm sure you can tell who did him. There's Rudolph. Really? Dodius apparently was a 112 as a team, which is really good. And Bluebell. And there is an egg. So we'll go ahead and put this into the refrigerators. And then get off looking for the otters. There we go. So if you remember from last time, for otters, let's just check our inventory here. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff. I'm going to dump these off into the... I'll drop all of these. For the otters, we just have to catch some fish. I better get myself some more food. So we just have to drop fish for the otters, and that's something we can do wherever they live currently. I'll go dump the rest of this over here. So with lots of dinos come lots of troughs to feed them. I'm not sure how many troughs we have around here, but it's a lot. And let's get myself some food. There we go. And water. Now we're ready. Here we go. And I believe that is a red drop over there, so I'm interested to see that. No, they don't have kids, Susie. I guess that's something we could do. Our main breeding programs on this were all focused on RGs and on the Rexes. So, let's see what we've got here. It looks like it's a purple drop, but that's almost as good. I should probably put on some armor. I'm gonna have to go back and get it, because Weefy here is wearing his work clothes. Let's just wait for a second, see if I'm gonna get attacked. Okay, that's a pretty cool drop. That looked like an apprentice metal shield. So I believe on the other world we have, by the way, that's what the area looked like before our base was there. This is what passes for a flat section of this map, so it looks like that Pteranodon got out alive, so that's good. So this is a flat section in this map. Scorched Earth, I think, is a little bit better on that side where there are more flat places to build, which definitely an issue over here, and it was especially an issue back in the day before they did some stuff to make yeah, 4,000 durability. That's not bad. Before they made some changes to make building a little bit better. I mean, they didn't fix it completely, obviously, but at least they made some effort to make it a little better. And why are you doing this, man? Oh, okay. So if you saw that little 48 there, that was probably the turret taking a shot at that dude. That's why he's running away. So, good to know the turret's doing its job. Let's see. I will take these boots. This. And I think that should be okay, because I'm already wearing the helmet. Yeah, cool. So we should be okay with this kit out, and we do have bullets. We have probably everything we need. Hi Idris, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. We are on the hunt for otters. We are going to build a Super Otter army, and try to take on the broodmother with it. So that will take a little while to, number one, find the otters, because you know, it's not easy to find really high level otters, and number two, do all the breeding and everything, try to get the right stats on them, and hopefully some mutations. That'd be amazing, especially if we get some cool color mutations on the otters. That'd be really neat. And then we will go and take on the broodmother with them, and only allowing the otters to fight. So we are going to take a U-type. There's an otter. What's your story, buddy? We are going to take a Eutyrannus and a Deodon, but that's just to courage roar them, and level 56. Okay, so level 56 is nowhere near high enough level. However, it's still an otter, so we will still tame it. And by taming that guy, it will... Actually, let me switch out my armor now, because I'm just going to get jumped by all sorts of guys. When we go here, let me make sure you're on passive. Yep. I'm going to get attacked by piranha and all those types of things. So where is... Okay, whenever there's a horse running around, a raptor is usually not far behind. So... yeah, here's a piranha. So, when it comes to piranha, it's always helpful to have a really good sword on you. So I found this one a long time ago. Oh, there's a red fish. And it has been very, very helpful over the years. I don't actually see the otter anymore. I'm doing pretty good, Idris. Was just saying after this stream, I was going to do some work on... It's right there. Oh, he's going to eat that salmon himself. Yes, that was a 116. That's one level off of the highest that we can get on this world. Does anybody see the otter? Oh, there it is. Get some oxygen. Okay, let me go get a fish. Hello, fish. Where'd you go, buddy? Get a breath. Does anybody in the chat see the otter? Must have gone down this way. This kind of reminds me of last time. Oh, there we go. Okay. Excuse me, sir. Ma'am. Come back, please. There we go. So, hello. You're very cute. Follow me over here, please. So, I guess we are going to need some suggestions on names. As you saw before, we tend to name the otters. Actually, I'll just pick you up. There. We tend to name the otters after flowers. So, there we go. This one is kind of a low level. But, yeah. It's a good start. At least we're able to find one. Which, they used to be so hard to find. So, the idea... We do have one that was a wild tame at 108. So level 108, which is not what we'd consider super high. Usually like a 112, a 116, or a 120 is what we'd be looking for. But nothing to sneeze at as long as the stats are in the right places. And so, you know, if we can find at least one super otter out here, like a, you know, a 120 would be amazing, but a 116 or a 112, is more than adequate, and it looks like we're going to be going in tonight again. So while we are going in tonight, why don't we look around for these tech creatures. We'll try to clear out some more raptors, because they will attack the otters. And these guys tend to run around in packs and cause a lot of destruction. So in a given area, when you go there, you'll see tons of animals, and then you'll come back again and there'll be like no animals, and you'll see these raptors will have taken them all out. So, oh, and it looks like my otter here killed something. It must have been a Titan Minerna or something up here coming after me. Let's see what this guy's all about. Poppy. Okay. Let's see. I don't think we're going to see any others right now. So let's go ahead and just fly back, and hopefully we can get started on these guys early in the day this time. And not get rained out like we did before. And we will take this otter, and I guess another thing we need to do is we need to make a bunch of those helmets, right? So the idea is that otters are very weak, once again, and so we want to make them each these flak helmets that we have that offer, you know, 300 something points of damage resistance. And so there's that same guy. It can be pretty on this map at night. As you guys saw before, when it rains and it's foggy and it's night, then it can also be pitch black. So we don't really have this place lit up quite as much as we did the other Unscorched Earth. Like I said, we learned a lot of stuff here that we applied to Scorched Earth. So, well, let's go ahead and pick up a helmet for Poppy. Let's see. This one looks fine. That's 80 points of resistance. And let's see if we have a skin that we can put on it. Artifacts. Swimwear. I would love to know what these were, because these were not notes before. These would have been some type of skin or some type of item that got taken out. Oh, I think maybe a party hat. Let's see, or a Santa hat. Actually, we'll put this one on Poppy. There we go. So we'll run over there now. So we will be doing more Minecraft streams coming up. I think that actually in here I need to put down some normal lights as well, because it's pretty dark with just the artifacts lighting things up. So maybe that's a thing I'll do in the near future. But let's go ahead and drop Poppy. We'll say hello to Love again, who we tamed last time. And let's just make sure we don't already have a Poppy. There's Charcoal. There's Poppy. Okay, so we already have a Poppy, unfortunately. Petunia, Tulip, Carnation, and... oh yes, you're still following me. And Daisy. So we do need another name for this new otter. And we will put you on passive. So any other ideas? Daisy. Well, here's Daisy right here. Lilac. Got it. Azalea. Okay, we will keep track of all of these. Options. Change name. Lilac. And Lilac. we'll go ahead and put these levels into here. There you go. And I guess this fits. I mean, the 4th of July will be coming up soon in the US here. So there is lilac. I love how their canines hang down like that. I think that looks pretty cool. But, so, yeah, maybe I need to run some wire over here and put a generator down. Because if we're going to be breeding these things up, we're going to need to have access at night and all that as well. So maybe that's something to finish up during the night, since we can't really hunt effectively on this world at night. It's not quite the same as on Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth, it's a little bit easier, but you're not looking for things like otters in those times. So let's see. Let's see. Azalea, rose, lavender, dahlia. Okay, cool. So we're going to need, you know, a lot of names. So keep them coming and we'll keep track. We'll ask Ann to keep track of those as the fee for being a moderator. Oh, good. It stopped just in time for me to want to make a generator. Let's see. Electrical. Structures. Electrical. We need electronics and metal ingots. That's easy enough. And then we probably have those. We're going to need to make these. Jasmine. That's another good one. Let's see. So. Electronics. And each of these stacks of 1,000 can make one element. So I don't think we can get to the amount of element we need. We're going to have to take out some high-level, kind of upper-level bosses in order to do it. And let's see. We'll dump these in here. Get some more gasoline. The reason we only throw one gasoline in at a time is it will keep going until it runs out of gas. And with these things, you know, often we'll start something that's kind of brewing up and then wander away. So we'll make one of these, and then we will need lights, right? Which is under here, and probably only need 3. And I believe we probably already have some cables. Yeah, so we already have cables. We'll take some of these. These are the flex cables. Straight cables. We can use this. And we do have... Let's see if we have the outlets. We do have a kind of a sub basement under that building, so we can run things underneath as well. And yes, we do have these. Cool. And I'll take these just in case. Cool. So once we grab all this, we can go light up the Otter's home. And I will take one of these stacks. 100 should be enough. There we go. Wonder who that was. There are always funny noises coming from ARK worlds, and I don't always know what they are. So let's see. If we come around here... Yeah, so this is the subfloor here. This was to get everything even and not falling down. So I think I mean, we could put the generator down here, but I think we'll use this mainly for just running the cables. Violet. Yes, Violet. Violet is a dog name, not an otter name. We do have a dog in real life named Violet, and she is lovely. Let's see. How about over in this corner here? So, yeah. I think this is where we'll put it. I'm hot. I should find some place to cool down. Thank you for the warning. And I'm going to place these here. This here. And this here. This should give us an idea of, you know what? Of what is possible. So, placing stuff in ARK is never fun. If you use Structures Plus, I believe you can snap things to things. This is not the case with vanilla ARK. And so we'll pull this as close as we can to where we are. And then go into K mode, and that lets us get a better view of what's going on. Because the trick is we don't want it to go out the side here, and we want it to be as close to even as we can. And it's so hard to tell. We will just put it there. So now, let's see about these. Okay, so they attach here. I wonder if I can attach it below. Well, if we go up 2, that probably gets us at the top of the place. Maybe we need a torch, which I don't think I've made for a long time. Okay, so we're going to have to go up top. There's a second level here, by the way, which gets us up into here. Okay, so that is quite a ways up here. And I don't actually mind having it look like this here. Let's see if we can... No, it's coming out this way. So... yeah, we will drop that there. And this is probably on the other side of that. So now you see the problem with building an ARK, right? Aside from getting thirsty. Okay, I'm gonna go and check out and see where that actually showed up. Yeah, it's outside. So I need to go get... I'll jump off and I'll go get a Tapahara because they can actually hover. Okay, there it is. So let's see about getting this down a little bit. Oh, it's so difficult to control these guys. Maybe I should bring a Rex over. Did I get it? I did not. I did put one down someplace, though. Not where I wanted to. There's what I want. And... that should put it on the same level, right? Okay, so there, down there, I do need it to come down one more. You know what? And if we just put it all the way to the bottom, then... yeah, then we'll end up with it going into the subfloor, which is probably the best thing. Let's walk away this way. So it's going off like that. I would rather have it do this. And... come on. It was there for a second. Okay, cool. So we'll do it this way. And we'll just never go on that side of the building again. So we'll never take a look. Just want to make sure nothing is sticking in here. Yeah, so we go down there and go into the subfloor. Good. This is not an easy thing to get into, which doesn't mean that we don't get the snail and the dung beetle coming down here all the time. Okay, cool. So now I can put this here, and we can go basically anywhere. So... and I will incline from here. Other way. Thank you. And if I go there, then I can pull out these guys and hide them. So now that will be able to spark up anything that's over there. And we will try going up here on this side as well. So get another incline, another straight, like that. And then I will do that. And this will let me, once again, go this direction from here. So part of ARK is hiding stuff. And I am just going to do this and put it down here, and we'll hope for the best with the placement of wires. So that should be enough, I think. What do you guys think? It is very tempting to put a thing like Structures... really? Like Structures Plus on to make it easier to do this type of stuff, but, you know, it does feel just a little bit cheaty to me when it comes to building things, because it brings other types of construction pieces into the game that you don't normally have access to. you know, all sorts of different things to help out with a lot of different stuff. And so it's more than just the structures themselves and fixing the building mechanics, which would be amazing. But let's do that. And then we'll put one over here as well. Okay, cool. Now all we have to do is fill this up with gasoline and turn it on. And then go turn the lights on. So these will run until it runs out of gas. And there we go. So now we can see the otters. And we'll be able to see them at night and everything. And they do have food, right? Yeah. Okay. Hello, love. Let's see. I think... yeah, Charcoal was the one who was a 108. Melee damage 331. Let's see. See what that looks like in relation to the others. Yeah, the otters are super cute. They're like the jerboa. When they put otters on, everybody lost their minds. You can see that these are pretty low level compared to the other things, and that's just because it was very difficult to find anything that had a high level. And here 264. So yeah, I mean, Charcoal, it looks like his her stats are really, really high in comparison to the others. What is that? Oh yeah, that's the way we had to build that to make it look better. So we should probably fly out and see if we can find anything else in the short term. Let me just put this stuff away real quick. We'll put that away. Put these cables away and then get ourselves strapped back up. Okay, Neo, let's see what we can find. We'll fly back out to the same area in general. And, so Anne, are you keeping track of the names that are coming through? I'd appreciate that. Okay, let's look at this Tapahara. We're kind of obligated to. There we go. Level 12. No, thank you. If it was 10 times that, I'd tame it. But not interested. One cool thing about the cryopods is we're going to be able to take a bunch of guys out of the pens and stuff and just put them in the cryopod so that they can... And that salmon almost looked like an otter. So that they can just level up and everything passively there. What are you? It's a coelacanth. If anybody sees an otter in the chat, just squawk and we will go get it. Oh, look at this guy. Hello, sir. Level 9. That's the lowest level possible for a tech creature on this world, I believe. Or maybe it's the second lowest. think they get a 20% bump, and the lowest level is 4. So yeah, second lowest would be 8, which is level 9, I guess. That's how that works. Might have been easier to do this on a Tapahara, but the Tapaharas aren't as good fighters as the Argies, and so yeah, there's another raptor causing trouble. And these guys, man, those Meganura, they're giant dragonflies. They ruin tames all the time. And once again, that's just because the swamp is like right over there. Hello, Mr. Horse. What's your story? That's not a bad level. The horses that we've found on this world have not been very high level either. I guess being fair, the animals that I say haven't been high level, they're probably not ones that we concentrated on finding, right? Obviously we wanted super high Rexes, and you know, because we're going to use them to fight the boss, and you know, where a lot of these other things, it's like, oh, that's a really cute otter, I'm going to go get it. So it's a different type of motivation, right? And we would wipe out low-level Rexes to get the higher level ones. And so on some of these, that is a big, fat fish right there. Do you see him down there? That salmon's pretty big too, but let's see what size this one actually is. 2.4. That's really big. One time there was this giant blue fish that was in the middle of the river, and we're like, what happened to him? He looked like he mutated. Let's see, that's a level 36. What is your deal? Level 9. Yeah, there's so many tech creatures that are just super low level. There's a level 4 Equus, which is the name for horses on this world. And let's see. So, let me ask you guys this. So, in the comments or in the chat, what type of music do you guys like? What do you listen to when you go home and you're hanging out in your bedroom at night, right? So, when you're just kind of on your own, what is it that you like to listen to? There's this Spinosaurus taking names up there. Because, you know, I've done more commercial stuff in the past and all of that. My take right now is I just want to do stuff that I think is neat, and, you know, stuff that I would just go listen to it when I'm hanging out, you know, not level 4 baryonyx. I'm going to get rid of you because we are going to do some baryonyx breeding in the future, and I want to make sure that we have the right ones spawning. Yeah, so what kind do you guys enjoy? Everything except country. From Idris there. Yeah, that used to be my stock answer as well. You know, I kind of focus, like I said before, you know, I want something with a great song. And interestingly, though, country music, along with jazz, but country, they have some of the most technically skilled musicians in the world. Just the musicianship of the artists and everything in that genre is extraordinary. And I don't think we'll find any up here, but I'm just checking just in case. You can probably see that is another giant fish, is it? Is that a fish? No, that's a is that a Dimetrodon? Look at that. This is not a dinosaur. It gets lumped in there, but this particular creature is not considered a dinosaur. It is a reptile, but not a dino. Wow, look at that Sarco. Wonder what level that is. Butterman might like a new Sarco. But yeah, extraordinarily skilled musicians there. You know, if you listen to, if they have somebody who's playing the guitar or somebody who's playing the piano or drums or whatever they happen to be playing instrument-wise, you can guarantee that that person is going to be, you know, at the top of the food chain as far as skill level goes. And they have fantastic songs. The songwriting is amazing within... Oh, no. Now we have a problem. I need that egg. So, I need that egg. You can see that there are a bunch of fights going on everywhere. You can see there's a giant Diplosaurus that's going to be protecting it and start smacking me around when I take it. There are a bunch of Brontos over here who will get into the fray, and you can see that there are also tons of Microraptors wandering around everywhere. So I think the best thing to do is to start taking these dudes out. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. I am also not a huge fan of at least the new country stuff. I mean, if you think about old school country like Hank Williams and all those dudes, there are some, you know, really great pieces there. But I absolutely respect the abilities of that group of artists. And yeah, now you're mad. And I'll probably never be able to make it back to my bird. So the only thing that's helping me here is that these guys can't actually hurt you. They push you. So that was a Microraptor. Did I get him? So all of that for a egg. And I think that, you know, that is just, it's a little bit ironic because of my feelings on you need a good song to start. And they have good songs, but just not my thing. So same from you, right, Susie? Yeah, I enjoy a lot of different genres. I was fortunate to... I was classically trained from when I was a puppy. But, you know, spent time with everything from heavy metal to techno to hip-hop and all of that. So I've been lucky to be around the types of artists and jazz and those things. So I've played in those groups as well. Let's see, I don't see anybody right here. I know there are beavers up here usually. That guy looks cool with those yellow stripes, but he has two big friends, so. Yeah, the beavers are going to take the Sarco out, probably. Beavers may not seem tough, you know, but when it comes to having beavers attack you while you're just standing there wearing armor, they will shred your armor. It's funny. They put those buck teeth to good use. Okay, so I don't see any there. Let's see if there's some down here. I don't think I've ever seen any down here on this particular part of the river. So there's some Ichthyornis. And I'm gonna exert some self-control and not check out all these pteranodons because we already have perfect tame pteranodons on this world. We don't need them. So, oh, no. These guys are bad news. The Ichthyornis, they attack you, and they take your stuff. And I know you guys have seen on Scorched Earth that there's a similar type of thing called a Pegomastax that will take your stuff. The Pegomastax will take... Is there something in there? Will take whatever's in your 0 slot. So if you see right now we have stem berries in there for some reason. These guys will take your good stuff, right? It's like, oh, the Thorn stole your Mastercraft long rifle and stuff like that. So they are bad news, and they're all over the place here. Let's see. Those are just fish. So this place is a little bit deeper, and it actually comes out of the ocean, so that's why I don't think that we would find him here. I guess they are river otters after all. This isn't exactly a river. So, let's see. We'll head on back a little ways. And actually, I'll go along the front path of here so I can at least show you guys where our original base was. And I think it's still there. Maybe it's not. We may have taken it down. I don't really remember. It's always tempting to build over here as well with these big stone setting, you know, to like maybe put something all the way across there, but we never have. So like I said, just an impromptu stream to let you guys know what we are planning with the otters and to try to find some to begin that process. It'll probably be a long process. If you remember, I told you about that person who came on and built their little hut and everything, and they would come on occasionally. Right here, I believe, is where they built that, and we found this, you know, little thatch hut, and we're like, oh, wow, someone's been over here. Look at all those compies. Yeah, okay, so it looks like at least some of the structure is still over here. This was our very first place. And we used to come out on this side and we would take pot shots at the dilos that would show up. That's how we got to be good with crossbows. But we had it here. And if you look here, there are pens where we had our dinos and all of that. We used to build some stuff out here. This was stored, so you can see how long ago this was, just by the how crude the setup was. I think that was a breeding pen or something. I think that maybe Butterman was breeding dodos or breeding something in there. I don't really remember, but we had some plants up here. We do have water coming in from the ocean. And let's see. Yeah, okay, so we have a fabricator. Wonder if there's anything left. A little bit of metal. Yeah, more metal. More metal. Oh, looks like we have some gasoline here too. Yeah, so then we had everybody's storage. It's probably all empty. Yep. Food. Anything in these? No, it would have spoiled by now. This is where we had our storage. So you can see up there, crafted items, charcoal, big thing early game, fiber, mejo berries. Oh, so we weren't even running preserving bins or anything on them. And this was very, very early on in the game. Hide. And a second story. Wonder what's in here. Thatch. And let's see if we go out here. Yeah, that's just the way out to this place. And what are you seated with? Impossible to tell. So these are seeded with something. Not growing though. That was for making fertilizer. I know we used to park flyers up here. I don't even know if we had RGs when we lived here. Sometimes it's hard for Wi-Fi to go to places because, or get through places because his model is so high. It's such a tall model. And let's see what's up here. Yeah, there we go. And Pele, who died, used to sit right here. Rip Pele. So I don't think we ever came up on this second level. It's funny, once again, you build stuff that you never use. Yeah, looks like when we moved, we left a lot of stuff over here. And I remember that we used to keep a lot of the things, so here are troughs. I wonder what's in there. Probably, yeah, berries. We used to keep a lot of stuff that we would use out in the yard here. Yeah, over in these. And then we had stuff over in this, where this is basically where we built everything, rather than inside. I don't remember why. And I think we did have a Bronto that we would walk out these gates, and when we needed to get berries or anything, we'd walk out and just have him swipe his tail once, and then we'd go back in. So, kind of funny. And there's another Ichthyornis who's probably thinking about coming after me for my stuff. Probably wants my sword. And there was a drop right over here, an item drop, that would always come down, and it was terrible, but we'd run out and get it every single time. Yes, we have a little dock over here as well. Butterman would make these super elaborate rafts. So these are some of those. You can see that he would shoot stuff with them and all of that. And so each of them had like a different purpose. And they're usually pretty well armed. And we'd come out here. And I believe we were building out. We were going to build all the way across. And I don't remember why we didn't finish. We may have just gone off this world. But there's that. Probably have stuff in all of these too. Yeah. So that's building materials. Apparently that's where the food was. And yeah, and before you start teasing me about refrigerators, yeah, we weren't very sophisticated. We were just surviving by the skin of our teeth. And I don't believe I've ever seen otters on this side either, so we're gonna have to go up north a bit.
Darby.
Yeah.
If you go, they only really spawn along anything that's coastal to redwoods.
Coastal to redwoods best. Okay, cool. So.
Going towards the 112s, it should be more towards the west side of the map.
Okay, great. So Butterman just gave me some info. He said that otters are most easily found along the coast with redwoods. So that is right up here from where we live. So that'll be cool. And that's also one of the most dangerous areas, so it should be interesting too. So I think we'll look for just a little while longer. And I'll just make sure there's nothing we're missing over here. Yeah, and they don't show up over here. Might grab that green drop on the way. Oh, here we go. Here's an alpha. So if you see that red glow around that raptor, that is because he is an alpha raptor. Let's see if I can get him to follow me. No, he just wants that. So now we'll take him out. Come here, buddy. These guys are tougher. They give you better stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna land here. Get rid of that tight manure now. There we go. So let's see what we got. It'll be a ton of prime meat, which we will dump. And we do get a raptor claw, so that's one of the tributes that we need for the boss stuff. And what else did I get? Anything? It does not look like anything interesting was acquired. I mean, these pants. And I guess this crossbow. Yeah, so not too exciting. Compies are one of those creatures that are only aggressive when they think they can win. Kind of like a hyenodon. Oh, that's a cool looking horse. Is that a level 12? Yeah. Just want to make sure. Because the iguanodon was a level 12 as well. So I want to make sure I just didn't get it wrong. Okay, 52. Respectable, but not high enough. Horses are kind of the same thing, where it goes a little bit against the ARK ethics to kill horses to get better horses. And I think that's just because we've been around horses a lot. What do we have here? Yep, so this guy must have come back, and this is a pteranodon, probably that same one that wouldn't pay attention when it was getting shot. So the turret took out that guy right there. I just want to come up here and drop off this egg and stuff to get rid of the weight. We'll just drop the prime. Prime meat is really easy to get on this world. All you have to do is go to Carno Island. And, yeah. And no killing horses, that's right. And you can get tons and tons and tons of it. You know what, I'm just going to drop all of this stuff. And we will take this. Take this, this. There. And was this one meat? Yeah. Let's put this away. And oil. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Oil. And we'll throw that in there for now. Get some water. We'll go up on the cat tree, feed these guys. Let's see. It always takes so long to go through stuff when you're not just throwing it out en masse. Let's see, we should have tons of this stuff, so... There we go. And I think I will just put this directly on this Rex. So does anybody have any plans for the weekend? Anything interesting coming up? And we're full here, so get rid of those. Aparte, Idris? Good. Stay safe. Don't get in trouble. And let's see. These will be for the grinder. But I'll put them in there for now. Drop that in there. Is it a birthday or something else? Okay, now over here, this is the swamp. You can obviously see the redwoods right there, the tall trees. So I think I'm going to start on this side, a birthday party. That's great. Let's see, nothing in there. So hopefully everybody has a good time at the birthday party. I know there have been a lot of birthdays of, you know, some of the people who watch, and, you know, we also have some other birthday stuff coming up in my family as well in the near future. So it's always a fun time to celebrate somebody on their special day. So you can see over here, we have terror birds running around. We have Caprosuchus who will jump on you and pull you off your mount. We have frogs, just all sorts of creatures around here. There's another raptor. That's an alpha. So let's go take this dude out. We kill alphas anytime we get a chance on this world. The reason being is that's how you get good stuff. The trick to doing it is to do it without making a Dimorphodon mad. Okay, so we'll drop all this prime meat. The reason we drop the prime, it is valuable, but it doesn't stack. So you can see that we have a stack of meat here. Each prime is one slot, and you do have a limited number of slots available in your inventory. So like your dino's inventory will fill up and you won't be able to pick anything else up. So that's why we always drop that. And the difference between here and Scorched Earth, you notice in my 0 slot I have the Metro Berries because the Pegomastics come up and jump on me and it tames them up instead of letting them steal my stuff. Here we have Stem Berries because Troodon will knock you out, and they're sneaky. So it looks like we actually got some better stuff here. Apprentice Simple Pistol. So yeah, if that stuff is not interesting to use, it'll at least be good to grind up for some materials. But one of these, yeah, right up here. This is where we get our sap from. We have those taps in this tree, and so we put this platform here to be able to get that. which is, I believe, the only way to get it on the island. So we'll fly out right over here through the fog once again and try to see if we can find any of the otters. And I don't believe they're ever on this side. I think they're just around the corner. We do have some dire bears over here usually. And there's a big Spino over there, so that's interesting. Let's see if we can find ourselves an otter. I do see beaver lodge there. There's some beaver over there. I don't see any guys here. There is a beehive there, though. That might be interesting. And we do have to be careful here because the Thylacoleo will jump out of the trees and knock you off your mount, and then you've got a problem on your hands. Now, when we're in this area over here, we might run across some of our tamed raptors that we put out into the world. So we do have raptors that are out here that are tamed, and they are on aggressive, which is a setting that means attack anything that moves. So they're usually hanging out over on this side. But they do run around. What happens sometimes is they will... I thought that might have been one. If you leave them so that they harvest the meat when they kill something, then they will fill up and not be able to move anymore. So they'll just be standing there. I think we leave them so that they don't harvest it, and we just find them occasionally and feed them. Yeah, happy early birthday, Anne. So that is coming up. Looks like we have some Hesperornis down here. They're interesting because they can actually... Wow, look at how big that Spino is. Let me take a look and see what level. 92. Not high enough. Let's take you out, because he'll just kill everything. And he's going for the water because he wants the water buff that he gets. There we go. And who did he attack there? Some Gallimimus? So are we going to say that we can only find one otter per session? There are always big dead things over here because Brontos and Rexes spawn over on this side. So they're always going at it. It's kind of funny, as I play longer on these worlds, I'm remembering more and more about what was actually going on previously. There's a big green fish. If anybody in the chat sees an otter, go ahead and let me know. Even if you're watching the stream on replay, if you see one, go ahead and let me know in the comments. That would be really helpful as well. Because then we can just run back by where that was. And there's... Is that an egg?
Darby.
Yeah.
Apparently, killing the fish in the bodies of water will help with otters because they fill the same slot.
Okay, so more new info. Oh, that's got to be a trick. I don't know if you see that egg down there, but there are Trood on here as well. So let's see, this ought to be interesting. So did you see how quickly that Troodon ran in? You see how quickly the Troodon fly in? The reason I'm saying it must be a trick is they come in so quickly. They use their little... There's another one over there, I see. Yeah, you're not fooling anybody. Their eyes glow at night, so if you see that glow up in the... just to the side of these green things, there, you see that glow? That's a Troodon just waiting for his chance. So the reason I said that it has to be a trap is because it looks like there's an egg right there, right ahead of me, and there were tons of Troodon around. And over here is also a place where we're gonna actually take the chance. Yeah, where is that egg? Ooh, female Troodon. Yep, it's a trick. That thing will put me to sleep, like, right away. Okay, so it's straight out from here. Let's just take a look. I don't see anything. Oh, there's a Carnotaurus. I'm not really afraid of them. I can take that dude on foot. The Troodon will knock me out. And it'll be over. Because they'll just chew on me until the end of time. So let's just see. No little glowing eyes. Okay, and I see the egg straight ahead here. I think I got it. Okay, so a Pteranodon is attacking me, which means it was a Pteranodon egg because they never attack. So there we go. That's what this was all about. Let's go ahead and dump some of this stuff. In fact, I'll dump all of this. Cool. And so what Butterman was telling me is that if you kill the fish in the area, that it helps with the otter spawns because they occupy the same slots. So I think that we will try that for next time. Have a good evening, Susie. Thanks for hopping on, and hope you have a fantastic weekend and birthday party and all of that stuff. But we'll just head on back now and see what we have going on. And we can actually see if those lights work to light up that room for the otters during the night. So I guess expect a lot more otter content. It'll be really cool to try to breed them and get mutations, because you could come up with some, you know, blue or red or green or yellow otters, like all different types. And it gets so dark on this world at night. It's funny, look at the clouds up there. That's the mist, I guess. So yeah, see how the whole place is encased in mist? It's very, very different than the other maps. So, one of the good things about living where we do, you just have to head to Green Tower, and you'll eventually get over to there. And so that's cool. But we will just keep flying this way, and eventually we'll see the lights from all of our stuff. I'm glad these RGs on this world have really high staminas, so we can pretty much fly just across the whole place. So we should start to see down here. Yeah, there's the waterfall, and so right over here we should start to see the lights of the base. I don't remember why we decided to build the base here, but in retrospect it was a good idea. because we didn't have the idea of building the bridge across for the Rexes or anything at that point. We just, you know, there was this, and there's the Rex army. There was this drop-off, this cliff, and it was like, oh, we could build on multiple levels. I think that's all it was about, but, here we go. We'll just park in here. Thank you, Neo, for your service. And we'll go ahead and put these guys in here. And then go drop off our new egg. Eggs used to be so important because, like I said before, they weren't in categories, right? It was, you know, something would ask you for a very specific type of, hey, I want a Troodon egg. And it's like, okay, well, good luck with that. Finding that thing. So we'll put these in here. A lot of this will be ground down. And it looks like we still have the better axe. But we just throw them in here until we're going to do a grind. And there we go. Cool. So let's go see the otters and what's going on there. I believe we can go through here. Yep. Cool. Well, looking at that, it does look like... much better. So this is a much, much better setup. We can actually see what's going on, and it doesn't actually lose the coolness of the artifacts. I think there's enough shadow here to keep the ambience. But here are the guys. You guys are the stars of the show for right now. And let's go ahead and pick you up and see. Here we go. There. So, what did we end up naming this otter? Let's see. Lilac. All right, so Lilac does have some levels. We'll pump those into... And it looks like if you see this here, so you can see that there was some meat in her inventory and there was some chitin. That means she attacked... yep, that's right, Idris. Lilac. So she must have attacked one of those Meganura or a Titan Manera and killed it while she was on my shoulder there. But let's go ahead and see if we can... These are the guys. This is the beginning of the family that is going to actually work to take out the brood mother. And so we'll come down here like this and there. Try to get as many as we can in there. Oh, there we go. Perfect. But like I was saying, we really appreciate you guys hopping on, and you know, we hope you have a fantastic weekend. And we will have probably maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the next day, and probably Monday we'll be doing some other streaming. Maybe not on this world, maybe back on Minecraft. But we hope you guys can hop on. And so from myself and from Lilac, thanks for joining, and we hope you have a great weekend, and bye for now.